Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul, this is Tech and Travel, and today me and my partner have got a couple of e-bikes being delivered. Been getting excited about having these delivered today, been waiting a couple of weeks for them. And yeah, delivery day's finally come round and we've just had the heads up that the guy is on his way with them now. So let's go to the door and watch him arrive. Hello.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Not too bad. Is that Alex?
Andy.
Oh, Andy, alright, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Ready for your bike?
Yeah. You gonna need a hand?
I think I will do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, so we got the boxes in now. I had to put the camera down for a few minutes as the boxes are pretty big and the guy was on his own and done his leg in, so I had to give him a hand in all fairness. And yeah, so there they are. We've got me partners Liv and my Giant. Right, so the first bike we're going to start unboxing is the female Liv bike. This is my partner's bike, obviously. And this is the 27.5 inch version, and it's a Liv Vall E+3. And here in the UK that retails for approximately £1,899. So for any of you guys who aren't into bikes, we aren't ourselves. I'll give you a quick rundown of about us. We went on a holiday recently and tried out some e-bikes and absolutely loved them. Not really into bikes at all normally. We've just previously sold some sort of regular mountain bikes that we've had knocking around for about the last sort of 12 years. And yeah, tried them out and thought they just offered a whole completely different experience, so much more enjoyable. So when we got back to the UK, we had a look at a few bikes and these ones took our fancy. So just bear that in mind in this video. We're not experts on bikes whatsoever, just sort of average Joes who are just, you know, getting into sort of the e-bike sort of scene. We're not going to be, you know, going up any mountains or anything like that, but we just wanted the bikes that are going to be a bit more sort of up for, you know, going to last a bit longer sort of thing. You can get some cheap ones, but they seem to have motors that are on the rear of the bike, which from my research aren't quite as good. These have got slightly better parts, so I'm hoping that, you know, they will last a bit longer, being paying a little bit more for these bikes. So yeah, you know, I'm going to run through this video as just a, you know, an average guy buying an e-bike. You know, I'll probably make some mistakes. You know, if you're a sort of big bike person, you know, you're going to probably pick up on some things that might seem silly to you. But you know, if you're not into your bikes, I'm going to be giving you information that you probably wouldn't even know about. There's a few things that I've learned that I didn't even know about sort of bikes, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, so the first thing I just want to point out, if you're unaware, is that Giant actually own Liv. Liv is their female sort of sister company. Where, yeah, and all they do is the female range of bikes. I'll just sort of show you. As you can see, the boxes themselves, that's my Giant one there. You know, they're pretty much identical, just one says Giant, one says Liv. And, you know, you've got a picture of a woman on the bike there. And a geezer on a bike on that one. So, yeah. Right, let's crack on with, I think we'll start off with doing some measurements on the boxes. Because, you know, if you maybe go and pick it up or maybe have it home delivered, you know, you might want to know the size of the box. So I'll just get my partner to give me a hand on that now. Right, so taking a measurement from the top of the box, and I'm coming in over here. So you're looking at length of it's 193 centimetres there. And then we have 27 width. And the height is, have a look, a 116 centimetres. So yeah, something you may find useful there if you need to transport it yourself in this original box. So yeah, as you can see from those measurements, quite big boxes, but it does actually double up as a great cardboard coffin. So, you know, if I work myself out on the road, you know, my missus has got one there ready to go. So yeah, handy in that respect, I suppose. Right, anyway, let's get the knife out and get this Liv Vall E open. Right, so we've got the old Stanley blade out, and just to let you guys know, these boxes have obviously been opened because the bikes are partially assembled, and that's what we requested from the shop. Well, I do like doing this. The bigger the box, the better. I've got to say it's for Christmas. I thought it was good opening up the TV. Ooh. Let's cut down this side. I think I'm going to cut it down the side so we can just take it sideways. If I get my partner to come and give me a hand as well, I think. Steady the bike a minute. I'll just hold the bike there and then I'll just cut it down the side here. Go. This box is a bit of a brute, must admit. Right, let's move this out. And let's move this box out of the way. So we just moved that box out of the way there, because it's getting away. So we've got all the foam wrapping on it. So we just whip all that off now and hopefully get the handlebars on. Does look nice and shiny. Don't know how long that will last for, mind. And say just the handlebars to put on here. Nicely bagged up. Depending on where you get your bike from, they may do it slightly different with what's got to be put on. Some shops I've seen, you haven't got to put the handlebars on, they just twist them. I suppose it depends on the size of the box that they ship it in. So you might have a bit more or a bit less to actually do is in preparation to get the bike ready for the road. So yeah, we've been given in this bag here. I'll go through the charger and everything like that in a bit. But one thing the shop was kind enough to give us was one of these. That's simply to do up the bolts on the handlebars, and it's like a little torque wrench or whatever you want to call it. So you know, it stops you basically over tightening it, stripping the threads or crushing any bearings, things like that. So yeah, if you haven't got one, you may want to get one of those for yourselves. You know, saves you causing any sort of future damage. So yeah, what I'll do now is just undo these bolts. Come around here a minute and I'll show you. So we've got these 4 bolts here, just got to undo those, turn the handlebars round, put them on, tighten them back up. The shop did actually say they've given us, if I find it over here, just printed this off, saying about how to do the handlebars, about tightening them up, and they explain how we should do it, like when you do up a cartwheel, do like your opposite corners, don't sort of go around in a circle, go from one corner to the other, keeps it all nice and even. So anyway, I'm going to crack on and do that now. Right, so we've got that part off from there. All we've got to do now is the handlebars were just lying down like that. So simply we've put them up. I'm no expert, but I'm guessing probably best to line it up that line. Looks about right, would you say, like that with the gears and the brakes? And simply now all I've got to do is put that on there and reinsert the 4 screws like that. So I've just put those screws in now, I've not tightened them up. So we've got our torque tool here, and I'll start off with this top one, do the opposite corners. So you just keep tightening it until you hear it click. A bit more, there you go, like that. Move down to this corner. There you go, and then back up to this one. And then finally, this one down here. Ooh, said easy. There you go, all torqued up. Right, let's get the pedals on. Okay, so we've got the pedals out the bag, and if like me, you know, you're not into bikes or anything, you might be surprised to know that more expensive bikes don't actually come with pedals. Now, if you are a cyclist, you know, you're into your bikes, you know, you probably laugh at the thought of me not knowing that. But, you know, if you aren't into, you know, push bikes and stuff, you know, I think it's fair to say that you'd automatically presume that most bikes would come with pedals. And to make it even more confusing, that there are, you know, here in the UK, I know if you go to somewhere like Halfords, which is one of the, I think probably the leading bike seller in the UK, all bikes do seem to come with pedals. It seems to be when you go to the sort of independent places or directly with the manufacturers, the more expensive bikes do not come with them. Apparently it's some, they say that, you know, if you're into bikes, you generally have your own pedals anyway, so they just don't supply them. So anyway, just something to bear in mind if you buy one of these bikes, even if it's sort of one of the cheap ones, there's a good chance it might not come with pedals. So these are the ones that we've got. Again, very basic, we might change these in the future. So we'll just snip that off. And again, something that you might not know if you're not into cycling is that there is actually a left and right pedal. So yeah, bear that in mind when you're fitting them to the bike. So we'll get out our special tool now and get them fitted. So we've got our left pedal, and to figure out which way is left and right on a bike is you look at it as if you are riding the bike. So this is the left, that is the right. Again, probably stupid thing to point out if you're a cyclist already, but you know, if you're not into these things, then probably a useful bit of information. So just start this off by hand, and we've got our tool here, and just simply nip that up. There we go, and we'll move on to the other side. So that's both pedals now fitted to the bike, as you can see there, and handlebars all nicely attached and torqued up properly. So what I do now, just give you a bit of a tour around the bike, and afterwards I'll show you the accessories that you actually get with it. So let's just bring down, show you the forks and the tyres first. So we've got Maxxis tyres on the front, nice and fat. I don't know what the dimensions are of those, but yeah, you know, nice and beefy. And we've got disc brakes with hydraulic calipers. Moving on up, so we've got your adjustable forks here. Let's move around this way actually. So what you can do with this, again, if you're not in the know, you can lock and unlock out the suspension. So if I just get my partner to come in here and give me a hand a second. So as you can see, you've got movement there. Move that round and lock them out. Then it's nice and firm. And then moving on down here, this is obviously the battery here. So you've got a lock there. I'll show you the keys on that in a minute, and we'll take the battery out. One feature I do like about this bike is that the cabling is routed inside the frame, which is nice. So you've got no cables down here or anything like that. So we've got some stickers under there and on there. So yeah, so this part there is the actual battery itself. Apparently this part can be moved up and down slightly if the battery becomes like a bit loose. Then we've got some charging indicators here, and if you actually, there's a button here, if you press that once, we get indicators, LEDs indicating on the amount of charge. And moving on down, we've got the actual motor itself, and this is a motor by Yamaha. Now, from my short experience and knowledge of these bikes, I think they call it mid-drive motor. And from what I know, these are better than the ones that are actually on the back of the bike. You generally find the ones on the back are on cheaper bikes, and you know, slightly more expensive bikes, the motors are housed here. So yeah, let's have a look round here. So we've got the pedals on there, a few more stickers on the side. Again, obviously hydraulic brakes at the back with the discs again. Nice stickers and that on the wheels. And there's your saddle. It's like you could cut cheese with that thing. Moving on up to the handlebars, you've got your bell up front there. Gear shifters. And obviously your brakes. Nice and small, you know, just do that with 1-2 fingers. And then you've got your controls. Now, a lot of other e-bikes actually have a display of some sort. And this year, which is the 2019 model, I believe, for some reason, Giant decided to do away with it. I think it's like a minimalistic look or whatever. I prefer to have a screen myself, but you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it still doesn't affect the performance of the bike. So we've got 4 buttons on there. We've got one to cycle through the power modes, on, off, and this one is for, I think it's an optional light or something like that. So to turn it on, all we do is simply press that button once and the lights come on. So if we push all the way down, as you can see, there is no lights lit up here. We've got these ones here that indicate the battery level. And then for each press up, that increases the power assistance of the motor right up to level 5 there. And you can turn it all the way down to being completely off. Now, one other great thing about this is there's actually an app for this bike, which I will probably fire up in a bit. And in another video, I'll actually concentrate on actually showing you through that app properly. And that's where it allows you to actually tune the power of the motor for each setting on there. So you can sort of increase or decrease the amount of power you'll get in, say, on level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So yeah, it's got a bit of tunability, so you can, you know, have it exactly how you like it, which, you know, is great. And it offers a few other features, which we'll look at in a minute. So what I do now, I just spin around the bike the other way. We'll take a look from the other side. Round to the other side of the bike now. And yeah, I think it looks a stunning bike, you know. To be honest, I know it's branded as a woman's bike, but I'd be well happy with that, to be honest. I'm feeling a bit jealous there. I think it might actually look better than my one. But there you go. So anyway, yeah, moving on to the back here. So here's all your gearing. And again, if you're not into your bikes and you don't know about these things, you know, traditionally you have gearing up the front as well. But no, you don't. You just have it's a fixed cog there. So no other gears up the front there, it's all at the back. And, you know, the motor itself changing, I'm guessing, sort of gearing and the power. So yeah, there you go. Whatever make they are. And get another look at the tyres there. I think the graphics and everything on this bike, and the, graphics on the tyres or straight wheels really set this bike off, makes it really stand out, look nice. Again, you can see the cable in there going through the the frame, should I say. There you go with the indicator there on what gear you're in. I think it's a really nice looking bike. Definitely better than the other models we were looking at. We were looking at sort of ones that are £200-300 cheaper, but I must admit it is well worth paying the extra for these. I think you get a lot sort of more bang for your buck if you just go up a little bit more than going to sort of your main high street sort of places like Halfords and such like here in the UK. Right, so what I'll do now, I'll get out the accessories and take a look at those. So moving on to the accessories and stuff that you get with it. So we have a power cable there. Looks like it's got some decent length to it. And I'm guessing this will be the power brick itself for the charging. Yep, looks like it. So we've got some instructions there. Don't bother with those. Again, quite a bit of length on there. So, it hasn't got to be sort of plugged, really close to a socket or anything like that. And there's your connection. You can see that. Now, I've never done this, so do this live on camera now. So to plug it in, obviously you have to join that up on there. And I've been told, there we go. Yeah, there's your socket there. And simply, there we go. Slot it in like that. And I'm guessing when it's on charge, your indicators will, go up as the charge increases. So we just unplug that, put that back there. Now, the other thing to point out is that you can actually remove the battery to charge it as well. It doesn't have to be on the bike. So, you haven't got to drag the bike into your house or anything like that if it's normally out in the garage to charge it up. Simply take the battery off. So, in here should be the keys. Yeah, and there we go. We've got all the manuals and stuff for it. Quite a hefty load there. I'll take a look at those in a minute. So, yeah, a couple of keys. So let's put that in there. And which way? I'm guessing that is unlock. And if I'm right, you pull from the top. Yeah, a bit tight. There we go, and it comes out sideways. Got a, obviously being a big battery, it's got a fair bit of weight to it, which is pretty obvious. There's your connections. And that's what it looks like without the battery in it. And on the battery itself, you've got like this hinge. All we do is put that hinge in first and then push it back in. Turn the key round. There you go, locked in position. Simple as that. Moving on to the final things that you get with the bike. So we've got your bike owner's manual there, version 1.0. Sure, that's a riveting bit of reading that. How it works. You've got your giant Liv thing there. User manual there. Bicycle owner's manual. What is the difference between that manual, this manual? I ain't got no idea. There you go. Thing there for the forks. I think that's for forks anyway, and a bit of other sort of junk that you'll probably never ever bother reading. I think it's saying about the speeds of the bike and that. Oh look, it's another owner's manual. Would have thought that. That's to do with the gears, about the derailleur, and what's this one here? Oh, and instructions for the brakes, and then a little bike guide from the shop that we actually purchased the bike from. There you go. I think that's the lot in the bag. So anyway, yes, talked to you earlier about the app. So what I do, I get my partner's phone now and we'll load the app on and take a look at that. So let's crack on. Moving on to the app for the bike. Now me and my partner are both on Android. So go to the Android App Store and it's the Giant Ride Control e-bike app. Bit concerning on the ratings, so I'm guessing it's not the best, but we'll install that anyway and take a look at it right now. So we've got the app all downloaded and there we go. It says Ride Control and it says on you, so I'm guessing we're going to have to set up an account. Access location, okay. Agree to a few things. Got to turn on Bluetooth. And you can connect your e-bike to the app in order to use all the functions that the app provides. So start scanning. And I'm guessing that what we're going to have to do now is, let's move the camera down there a bit. There we go. And that's turn on the bike. So the bike is now turned on. Press scan again. There we go. I'm guessing that's the bike. I hope it is. We'll probably be connecting to someone's stereo or something. There we go. Yeah, there's a picture of a bike. Press connect. It says done. Simple enough. And looks like we just got to register. So crack on and do that now. Right, we've now set up an account on the Giant app. And yeah, straight away, you know, we've got a battery percentage there, so we're at 93%. And we've got the tuning control and ride control. So let's first off go on to that. So we've got screen layout, notifications, and if we go back, let's look at the best thing. It's got to be this one, hasn't it? The tuning. So yeah, you've got your different levels there: Eco, Eco Plus, Normal, Sport, Sport Plus. So we've got a thing in there to return to factory settings. At the moment we've got Eco at 50%, so if we click on that, if we want, we can put that up to 75%. So that means, you know, we're gonna, in Eco mode, you're gonna be getting a bit more of an oomph. So basically you can tune it so, you know, you can sort of smooth out the power to suit your needs. You know, you might want it a bit more aggressive. Come out of that, let's have a look at Sport Plus. So at Sport Plus, that is already maxed out at 350%. And, you know, you can rein that in a bit if you want it a bit more smoother. So, yeah, I'd rather have those features than not have them. Apparently, you know, by the looks of the ratings, it's not the best app going, but still, you know, something to fiddle with. You know, if you're a bit of a sort of techie like me, you know, you sort of love these sort of gadgets and whatnot and buttons to play around with. So no doubt have a few hours of fun with that. Right, so we're out in the wild now with the bike. My partner's just taking it for a quick spin. All looking good so far, nice and shiny. Probably won't stay like that for very long, mind, but yeah, go on then, give it some beans.
There you go. Woo!
So yeah, here it is outside. The daylight looks nice and bright. Let's have another quick walk round it. Yeah, and like I said earlier, I think it's, you know, a stunning bike. It's really nice, you know. I'd be, you know, more than happy with that as a guy, to be honest. So yeah, nice bit of kit. So there you have it then, guys. That was the Liv Vall E+3 ladies mountain bike. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of the same in the future, maybe think about subscribing. If you guys have got any questions about this bike or my one, which is the Giant Fathom E+3, you know, just drop a comment below, and you know, hopefully I'll get back to you and can answer any questions. If you'd like to see the unboxing of my bike, the Giant, I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can go on and watch that one. So thanks very much for joining me, and hopefully catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.